Yo, what's going on, homies? It's your boy Stumped back for another OPTC video, and in today's video, we're diving into day 2 of the grandest party of them all, season 35. And in today's video, we're going to be utilizing the man, the myths, the legends that are Roger, Rayleigh, and Gaban V2. Now, with the rule set this particular season, low gear types, Roger Pirates, and Rock Pirates get massive buffs for your entire team. Fighters and strikers get even bigger buffs, and CT speed up to quick as well goes absolutely ballistic. So building some fighters like shooter teams works really well. Building some quick teams can work, but quick kind of sucks. Striker, obviously, they're a bit hit or miss, but as you can see, you get level 5 HP attack recovery speed up level for your entire team. So very powerful stuff. So pretty good low gear users. You have like Sabo, you have Kizaru, and you have Wipe It and Ace. So if you wanted to look at some low gears, you can use those. Now, we did use the Rocks Pirates yesterday, but I don't think I gave them enough justice. I think I'm going to pivot and use them again, maybe day 3 or day 4. So let me know in the comment section below if you guys want to see more content with Rocks. And then we might pivot that striker team or the bottom team to something like shooters, because like shooters are just so disgusting. But Kizaru is really good this season, so I'm really excited to use him too. We already did some testing with Wipe It and Ace. I think they're going to be absolutely phenomenal as well. But today, we're going to be rocking something like this. I'm sort of just buying into the narrative that shooters are just so OP and like quick fighters get massive buffs. So we are going to run them under Roger, Rayleigh, Gaban. Now, Roger, Rayleigh, Gaban, they do want to take on Psy and Int units, so that's what we're going to try and do today. Target stuff like Saturns, stuff like Luffy's or Sanji, those types of characters, because their burst really only works when you're versing sort of Psy and Int units. But I digress. Let's dive in. Let's see how they rock. Let's see how they roll, and give them a run for their money. All right, so shout out to my guy Kivo. One of my alliance members, actually, I managed to find him. He's using Shanks as a leader. So let's dive in. Shanks obviously has a Psy typing, and then he's in the last team there. So we can do some pretty fun stuff, taking on Psy and still getting active burst. But the upside to using the Roger, Rayleigh, Gaban burst is that you are hitting Psy and Int-based characters. Now, the team doesn't have to be a Psy or Int team. You can kind of still pick out units that are on that particular team to sort of hit. So characters like Blackbeard, for example, on this particular team, they're going to get hit pretty hard by the burst ability. Targets all enemies for 7,000 fixed damage, but as you can see, Psy and Int characters take 2.5 times damage that bypasses defensive effects. So the first team I've gone with is the quick team. The quick team should move very quickly. However, Blackbeard obviously rolls back our specials. This team is very slasher-centric. Blackbeard's always had a very good way of sort of taking down slashers. So, look, it might not be the best matchup. We'll see how we go. But Smoothie with the rollbacks. We've got rollbacks with Cross Guild too. So hopefully we can sort of put them on the back burner. I was going to sort of look at maybe sort of pivoting Smoothie out for something like Weevil, just to get some more damage output. But like having the rollbacks, I feel it's so strong. All right, Zoro, do some fun stuff. Level 150 Zoro. Beautiful. Roger, Rayleigh, Gaban, give the cooldowns back. You know what? Let's just do this now. We are only going to hit Blackbeard here, but at the same time, we still do the 7,500 fixed damage. So that could still kill some other characters too. Yeah, beautiful. So taking out Pika there and taking out Blackbeard too, which is really nice. This is going to hurt. 20% cooldown too is not ideal. Okay, beautiful. As I say, as long as I hit Luffy, then we're in for a fun time. Damn, that's a lot of damage, lovers. It's a lot of damage, man. That's a lot of damage. So we should basically get the W here. I don't really see a world where we're going to lose to Big Mom and Katakuri. Yeah, beautiful. Very nice stuff. So as you can see, the burst can still have value because of the 7,000 fixed damage, and then obviously with any Int and Psy character, like you can just pick them off, which is really nice, especially when you take on teams like the Int team. Obviously, like the Psy, Admiral, Straw Hat team is very good, where you can just sort of hit everyone, but like you still have a lot of characters that will be scattered throughout like teams. So this is a pure example of where it's not going to work in our favor. The shooter fighter strength team is kind of not a fun team to be versing, to be honest. Not a fun team at all. Level 8 cooldown reduction though, like we nerfed the crap out of them. Now, the reason I'm sort of just like buying into the narrative of utilizing using shooters here is because quick characters get a lot of cooldown, and then fighters get a lot of cooldown too. So We have a lot of characters on this team that are actually just getting really, really good buffs. That's kind of annoying. Now they need to use specials to get their bursts, the Shanks burst off. So if we can stop that from happening, that'll be massive. Okay, stopping Luffy there is really, really good. Nah, we killed him anyway. Okay, Kuzan loses his burst, which is very, very frustrating. Let's do this. See how much the 7,000 fixed damage actually looks, what it looks like. Okay, so it's a good chunk of damage. Okay, it's a very good chunk. This is gonna hurt. Oh, and now we're gonna have to. Don't hit Luffy. Don't hit Luffy. Bastard. Oh, he survived? That's crazy. Alright, this one's probably gonna be like an L. Because, like, yeah, this is gonna hurt. Akainu should kill Luffy. Oh, the fact that Luffy and... Oh, okay, now we lose. Like, we lose. The amount of cooldowns they're getting now is just... It's way too much. And then Shanks will get cooldowns again. Let's skip this. Did he use the burst? Yeah, beautiful. Alright. Losing to, like, what, 3 Shanks bursts? I'm okay with that. We could have easily saved our burst there too, so... Final fight, we are using the int team that has Roger Religiban on it. So, look, this should be a pretty easy fight. Should be. Emphasis on should be, because we are going up against Slashers who can kind of just pull shit out of their ass, to be honest. Sometimes Slashers can just be, like, so ridiculous. And Tashigi in the lineup, too, is a very, very interesting shout. I haven't actually seen too much with Tashigi on PvP, but 17 cooldown is kind of nutty. Kind of nutty indeed. Alright, so we're throwing out some damage. That's what we want to do. We want to get some damage up, because I would love to use the burst to hit 3 of the 5 characters. Does she have a shield as well? Interesting. Alright, very nice. Let's do this. Let's try and bink some of the dead weight. Goodbye. Goodbye. Very nice. And Sawa should just hit one of them. Excelente. And that is going to be curtains. Very, very nice. So, yeah, like I said, if you can use the Roger Religiban burst to sort of bink out, like, even, like, 2 or 3 units, it's still going to have good value. It's not going to be perfect value, but even if you can't see what you're going up against, you can obviously see where leaders are placed, and you can use that to your advantage. Obviously, like, for example, if you see Roger Religiban on a team, it's probably going to be an in team or a striker team, which is going to have a lot of in characters because Roger Religiban's there. And if you see like Luffy or Sanji, you can target that team too. Speaking of Roger Religiban, let's try a little bit of a mirror match situation. Obviously, not the best to be going up against another Roger Religiban without int team last, but I just didn't want to run in the front and have to deal with like a mirror match situation, especially when this whole like int striker situation they've got going on. It looks a little bit scary with the amount of extra buffs that the Roger Religiban leader is actually giving to. So look, this team's very fast though. Look, 11 cooldowns with 34 speed, 40 attack, 40 HP is kind of nutty. Like that's kind of ridiculous. The amount of buffs we're just getting for pretty much our entire driven squad. Very, very good stuff. 21 defense, bruh. Okay, don't get hit by that though. That's not ideal. Confusion is one of the most frustrating mechanics. Ugh, losing the crossfield special is very frustrating. Damn, the fact that they've got like all their specials ready to go is kind of crazy. Okay, Smoothie's gonna go. What do we got? 1 second. So we should get the Zoro special off, which is great. Unfortunately, it's not the super special, but that's okay. You know what? We can actually do this, and it's fine. We're investing a full in team, right? So this is going to do really, really good damage. Show me what you got, boys. Oh, very, very good. And now we're going to have to deal with the throwback, but that's okay. That should be a wrap. Damn, that's a lot of damage when you're versing an in team. A lot of damage indeed. Alright, let's skip the rest of this. I don't think they're going to use their burst, but fuck, if they did, that would be so good. Charging Roger Religamand's burst is actually not too bad too. You just need to deal damage. So if you use something like the in team in the front, you can basically utilize the death mechanic of Roger Relegaband to sort of just give you a burst, which will be awesome. Side team would work really, really well too. Having Garp in the front lines, so just any character that can kind of pop off and just build that burst up for you is going to be really, really nice. So, all right, taking on the next team, it's a quick team, and there's a lot of strength nerfing. So our poor little snake there is going to get absolutely rocked. Upside here is we don't have any int or psi characters, so this is just 7,000 fixed damage. But as you can see, 7,000 fixed damage is still a lot of damage. Now, you can counter that with stuff like shields. Shields are going to be really, really good to sort of block that type of damage, especially when it's going to be like right off rip. And then you can also use, what's it called? Like revive characters, which will work really, really well if it gets hit, if you get hit later in the fight. Alright, so like Kuzen just like decimated their entire squad. So let's do this, and then we can just kill some more. Yeah, beautiful. Like 7,000, like I said, 7,000 fixed damage. It's still a lot of damage. And if you time it like this, and then it allows Caulifla to sort of just bink a unit. So like if we do it again here, look at let's take Whitebeard for example. See what happens to Whitebeard. Like that's a good chunk of damage. Like a really, really good chunk of damage. And then see you later. Beautiful stuff. Upside to fighting Roger Religamans too is like because the burst is built up around them dealing damage, you can kind of just straight up negate that by just killing them really fast, and then you won't even have to worry about it, which is really, really nice. Alright, so we're going to take on the big boy now. We're going to take on Int Luffy. Int Luffy obviously is never ever going to fall off unless the rule set actively nerfs the character. But obviously if the rule set doesn't favor him, he's not going to be something that you're drawn towards and a character that you're really going to want to use. So the first fight is actually a shooter team. Look, shooters are they're in a class of their own right now, and they just do absolutely disgusting things. On top of that, it's like a strength shooter team, which I believe Int Luffy does buff. I know he buffs fighters, so that's why we're getting like, look at the buffs, like 16 cooldown on Kuma. That's scary, scary stuff. So we're probably just going to lose here. Like, I can't really see a world where we can tank all the damage that they're going to throw our way. Nor do I think we're going to be able to get to a point where we can actually see any of the damage that we have ready for them. Like, look, poor old Weevil is just like not even moving. I did bring Weevil onto this particular team because I wanted to sort of give him a run over something like Smoothie. But like, yeah, this is where shit just gets way too out of hand. Like, this is going to hurt. Yeah. Okay. See you later. It's unfortunate. The confusion obviously being on Zoro is a massive problem because, like, that would have just been, like, really good damage. Now we deal with rollback again. Like, and the cycle continues. The Buggy and Usopp Lilistrat in Grand Party is actually really, really good. Like, the amount of cooldown reduction you get is absolutely wild. And then you can just kind of just keep cycling through specials, which is ridiculously scary. But we're getting some damage off now, which is nice. What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to use the burst as well. Just to sort of see what the 7,000 damage looks like here. Yeah, beautiful. Shooters have a lot of, like, quite low HP. So if we could actually get that burst off, it puts us in a really good spot. Like I said, 7,000 fixed damage is still a lot of damage. Oh, this is going to hurt, though. Oof. Okay, Zoro's super special should save us here, though. The quick slasher team, man, it did well. It did really well. Super impressed with the quick slasher team, especially under Roger Religman for the first fight. 30,000 damage is crazy. We're going to have to deal with a burst right off rip. So, what's our second team? Int? I think it's Int. And then the only free spirit character we have is the waifus who can't be forced out. Yeah. I kind of wanted to get to that last fight so we could use the burst against the Int team. So, we might try and just like let this one rock, but this is by far our strongest team under Roger Religman. Okay, we're going to take a burst straight away. Now remember, like, Int Luffy isn't getting any of the craziness from the rule set. We are, so it's a pretty good showing that, like, Int Luffy, if you guys still have limited scrolls and you don't want to level up another leader, you can easily just build, like, under Luffy, and you guys will be absolutely fine. Like, the man still hits like a truck. The teams you can use are still fantastic, so you can do some pretty cool stuff there. So, versing Dex here, actually. Like I said, we'll let this one rock, and if we win, we win, but if we get to a point where we can go into the final fight with 2 bursts, I'm curious to see what that will look like in terms of just pure damage output. But, like, yeah, S-Hawk's going to hit really hard here. Yep, see you later. Not much I could do about that. 40 defense, 34 speed. I thought we'd have more attack, though. 22, 32. I mean, you don't really need that much more, but the amount of defense we have is kind of crazy. Might have to do a special one here. Yep, okay. And Sandra and Wolf's going to put up some cheekiness. Like I said, I can't really see us losing this fight. But overall, like, I think Roger and Gumana are really, really good. I think they've got some really good teams at their disposal. Like I said at the start of the video, I think that we'll probably take the Rocks back in with the shooter team. I think the Rocks Pirates are a little bit better than what I gave them credit for. However, the problem with the Rocks Pirates is they don't go through defense, and their special halve stats. Now, if you halve stats and the defense is still at 40, which it can be very easily do, over here in Grand Party. Oh, that was a big shot. Carter just went absolutely AWOL on our ass. So we could easily just win here, by the way. Like, it's just winnable. So let's just do that. There's no point dragging you off into the final fight, and we can sort of just wrap the video up here. So, well, actually, Bizarro should survive. Yeah, because he has a shield. Cheeky shield. But Shanks should finish him off here. But yeah, like I said, I don't think I give Rocks enough love with the team choice. But at the same time, I don't think I have as much flexibility as what Roger Gaman actually has too. But I also have the luxury of that quick slash team being like super maxed out. But that's going to wrap up the video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you did, but like button, hit the subscribe button, do that good stuff. Let me know who else you guys want to see in the comment section below. I do have Whitebeard and Ace and Kizaru at the ready. But I do still need to do another character for either tomorrow or the day after that. So let me know in the comment section below what you guys want to see. Most importantly, wherever you guys are in this beautiful world, please remember to enjoy the rest of your day. As always, homies, thank you for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.